listening to AchieveRadio.com. A new drummer for a new awakening.
I'm Anne Marie, and thank you very much for showing up today or for listening later on at Best Psychics Directory or at my Google Plus site or wherever this archive will show up afterwards. I know today the sun came out and it really gives me some rejuvenation to get out there. Of course, I'm wearing my Fitbit now, and my husband is too, and we're running around comparing how many steps we've taken, with 10,000 as being the good one, and anything past, well, boy, you get a pat on your back. So other than that, I thought today I would first of all let you know that I am a psychic life coach, an angel consultant. I've been a master empath for about 2 decades, and I read on romance and your life path and your spiritual journey, as well as messages from loved ones crossed over if you should so want one. There is no subject that I cannot read on, and all you need to do is give me your first name. Today I'd like to discuss telepathic love. Oh my goodness, what is telepathic love? Well, I'll tell you what it is. Let's say you wake up in the morning and all you can think about is that person. You go through your entire day feeling, smelling, and even hearing them almost whisper to you. You can't actually hear it, but it's like a feeling you have. Guess what? You have now opened the portal to your heart and mind for someone to live in a safe, telepathic relationship with no action. Now, I will be honest with you. Sometimes I know that many people say, well, I cannot quit thinking about this person. It just drives me crazy. We broke up, or we were together 10 years ago, or whatever it is, and they will not get out of my head. Well, first of all, that is a little like saying, why can't I ever be happy? Because we always have control through discipline to do certain things to block our negative thoughts, as well as blocking someone from renting free space in our heart and heads. Because one day you will take the rock star poster off your wall, and you'll just be sick of it. Do you ever remember when you were growing up, maybe you had a favorite, singer, or a favorite musician, or a favorite actor, or whoever, and they were on your wall, and one day you just woke up and there was just this feeling of, oh well, and it wasn't there anymore. Well, one day you will get sick of obsessing about someone. You may wake up some mornings at first with an unexplained feeling of rejuvenation, as if you've had a great romp in bed. You have soul traveled with your telepathic love. Where are they when you need them? One day you get tired and frustrated and you decide you've had enough. No more. And like magic, guess what? There they are on your phone or computer or texting you when they haven't for a long, long time. Maybe they're even promising you that they'll be more consistent about connecting and spend more time with you. Let's go out one of these days, they may say, and you are so excited. The portal to your heart, just when you closed it, boom, opens up again. And there they are, slipping into your energy, and you are cruising on spirit level for another month or so. Close the portal, lock it. Every time that you think about them, you are opening the door to an easy way out of aggressive action. Now, I'm not telling you to stop thinking about the other because it's not good for you. The reason that you feel exhausted, or as I say, the reason you may not be attracting love is because you're still walking around with a closed for business sign on your face. You've been spoiling your telepathic lover who's been banging at your telepathic door, maybe all night, when you finally learn the trick of how to, before you go to sleep, imagine yourself locking the door to your heart and dreams. And then imagine that you're putting the key under your pillow. And in doing that, you are actually preventing and refusing to allow that telepathic lover, who I also sometimes call, and excuse my language, chicken shit love, because they can't either, because they're married or because they're with a career that they have no time for, or because they're in your past and they just don't know if they want to come back and see you. You have to realize that if they truly, truly wanted to be with you, honey, they would be. Because that's what soulmate love is. They aren't people that ruin your life by putting you on hold. And they're not people that make you feel that you are lost in a fantasy love with their memory. So remember, every time that you have a telepathic relationship with the other, you are training them to come to you in person if they truly need you. And you know what? That's not helping you, and it's really not helping them. So remember, locking the door to a telepathic relationship is like tough love. Take away what is most valued to get responsive action in the here and now. Because if they can't get into your thoughts, your dreams, or your fantasies, they're going to feel, something strange is happening. And if they truly care, they will be back again. And you're training them that no more telepathic love. If you want the real thing, you come in person. And you know what? If they don't, they were never meant to happen. And you must move on. You must. Okay? So that's what our little talk on telepathic love is today. And the number to call in for a reading, if you should want one, is 602 666 6027. That's 602 666 6027. And you can in quick as well. So we have in the In Quick today Brenda from Ohio and Patrick from Tennessee, and we have Tanya from Pennsylvania, and we have And that's what we have today. So, again, hopefully that you'll call in, but I would like to start our show with some little Navajo, actually Cherokee and Apache prayer blessing and Apache marriage blessing. So, here is a Cherokee prayer blessing for you. May the warm winds of heaven blow softly upon your house. May the Great Spirit bless all who enter there. May your moccasins make happy tracks in many snows. And may the rainbow always touch your shoulder. An Apache prayer blessing is, may the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries, and may the breeze blow new strength into your being. May you walk gently through the world and know its beauty all the days of your life. And for those of you that may be entering into marriage or have someone you love that is getting married, here is a Apache marriage blessing. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be the shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be the warmth for the other. Now you are two persons, but there is only one life before you. Go now to your dwelling to enter into the days of your life together. And may your days be good and long upon the earth. And I'll write those prayers down for you in my blog. So if you want them, let's say for the next holiday, at your family reunion, or in your next marriage, it's there for you. So let's start out by going into the In Quick room, and we're going to look at today, starting with Susan from Massachusetts. Susan says, I am working on a job for a check, which I have to claim at the end of the year. How well do you see this going for me when I ask the person I am doing work for the taxes to be taken out? I am assuming, Susan, and I'm not sure, that maybe what you're saying is that you want this check to be completely to you, and you do not want the taxes taken out. And I can understand that, kind of like under the table money, and I can understand that. So we're looking at Susan. Is Susan going to get this person to give her a check without the taxes being taken out? And here's what comes through, Susan girl. It says, I have a feeling that this person will work with you. I'm shown that at first, they may be certain that you have a specific goal. And while they're letting go of how, you want to do things on this, or how you expect it to happen, they may just decide, and this is, it says the card of detachment, that at first they may look at this like, that's kind of weird. Why would she do that? Then their gut instincts are going to kick in, and they're going to act on their own worries and their own ethics for their life. And I think that for that reason, they're going to follow their own gut instincts on this choice. It also says that one of the things that they want is for you to be happy, as well as for them to be happy. And if you're going to come back and do more work for them, then maybe they are going to want to work with you on this. And for that, I get the card of the universe. And it says that they're kind of hoping that, you will be able to show them the right path by showing them why this would be a good idea. And that's the card of the universe. Now, here's the part that isn't so great. They seem to be getting it. They seem to be understanding that you need to get the taxes, have this be a whole check without the taxes taken out. And at that point, there's a sense that suddenly they get very distracted. I get the card of focus, but it's upside down, which is opposite, which means that they detach from the previous open mindedness, and all of a sudden they start to get kind of an attitude. So, my feeling is they start out wanting to work with you, but don't be surprised at the very end if they suddenly change their mind. And that's what I have, Susan. I know that sounds like both at once, but that's just what I see. So we're going to go back into the room and look at, um, we have Brenda from Ohio. And again, those of you that would call into the show, please remember that I love hearing your voice, and I would be so happy again if you did call in. But we're going to go with Brenda in quick, and it says, "Hi, Anne Marie. They have let a woman at work go and want to have a discussion with me on Friday about me faking the job. How do you see this going for me? And do you see them paying me more for this position?" Oh, taking the job. Sorry about that, Brenda. They want you to take the job at the woman that they're letting go of. Well, usually I ask for the name of the job, but I don't see that you are going to give me that in quick. So let's look at, is this a new job that's going to work for Brenda? And when I look at that, it says the first card I get is the card of opportunity that says, you're going to be rewarded just simply by the fact that you were not afraid to take the opportunity to be ready and take advantage of this before you. The next card that I get shows um, some insecurities on your part. It shows empowerment, and that says, but it's upside down. And an upside down card is reversed in tarot. So, what would be the reverse of feeling powerful? It would be slightly insecure. So, what your reading says is that you may feel a little guilty about taking this woman's job that got let go of. And it says, please understand that you should probably not let that, don't analyze that too much, because what it says will happen if you do is that, and I get the card of self-worth, worthiness. And what this says is that if you let this bug you, it could cripple your very special talents at the job. So here's the thing, you've got to respect yourself if you want to be able to fit into this job, and you're going to have to erase your guilt on it. I think it'll be a good fit for you if you can feel confident. But if you start to feel that your karma points are going to go against you because you're taking this woman who's been let go and taking her job, well, then you may feel all of a sudden as if you are um, not supposed to be there, not deserving. And in which case, it would be you that would be sabotaging yourself. So don't allow yourself to go there, honey, and just allow yourself to be confident. Obviously, things happen for a reason. And if you got this job and she didn't, and she was let go, well, two things may have been working here. She may be a lot better off and feel as if that she's doing much better in another job that you're taking. And you may get the blessing of finding out that you helped her actually by giving her a replacement so she could be shoo out into her new job. We're going to go, I'm going to go to Anna from Hawaii. Hi, Anna. How are you? And thank you for calling. Anna, are you
Hello?
there? Hi. How are you, Anna?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's going on in the Anna world?
I was wondering about, I had some choices going on regarding some health stuff, and I was wondering if there could any clarity around choosing. I have like two paths I can choose with it, and choosing a Western, more traditional route, or choosing a more natural route.
So the difference is traditional medicine versus alternative?
Yes.
Okay. So the question is, Anna, and I cannot give you medical advice. You know that, don't you? Because
Okay.
I'm a
Of
certified
course.
reader. But if it's all right, I would like to start this reading with a little bit of an angel reading just to connect. Would that be all right? And then
Wonderful. That'd be
and
wonderful.
and then after we go with the angel reading, I'll go straight into your question. So say your first
Wonderful.
name again, babe.
Anna.
Okay. So Anna, this is what comes up. Your angels are saying that uh, you have some wonderful blessings this year going for you. First of all, it says that you have been somebody that has given respect. I've got the card of respect and love to others. And this is the year that you're going to be paid back by the universe and by good
Mm,
karma with respect back.
mm,
Your reading says that also this is the year where you must remember to practice what you preach. In other words, if you have a desired goal, whether it's health or whether it's financial, remember to um, remember that you have to do what you know helps you out in health or in your everyday goals in an ethical way, and don't be one of those people that says, well, gosh, I want to feel better, but then sabotage yourself by doing things
mm.
reverse. The other thing that
Yeah.
comes through in your angel reading, it says, is that you have a tremendous amount of people that trust you. And you have to remember that this is the year to set a really strong intention to trust in your special abilities, that you can improve your circumstances, whether they are health or whether they are career. And that most of all, the world is going to be very receptive as long as you open your heart and your mind to receive the blessings from your angels, and you will get back everything that you deserve. And
Wonderful.
lastly, your reading says, stop doubting that at times you invest in people or situations that sometimes don't give you a return.
Hmm.
And your reading says that you must try to put out your spiritual radar or your angel radar a little more, remembering, Anna, that when you are feeling excited and champagne bubbles, that's your angel saying yes. And when you're feeling a heaviness in your feet or tiredness, that's your angels saying no. So let's start out with you answering your own question. I would like you to first um, say alternative medicine and close your eyes
Alternative medicine.
and just go deep inside yourself. How do you feel? Do you feel tired,
Uh,
drained? Or do you feel excited?
I feel
Or do you feel
peace.
peace? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That would be your angel saying yes on that. Now say alternative medicine
Alternative medicine.
and go deep within yourself.
I thought that's what I said the first time.
No, I said, oh, was it? Okay, I thought I said traditional. Okay, well, let's go traditional then. Traditional. So
Okay.
let's now go traditional. And how do you feel?
some fear, but
Okay.
also I feel fear and trust at the same
Fear
time.
and trust. And what is it that you
Yeah.
fear? What is it that
Um,
you fear?
Getting worse.
That if you go with traditional medicine, it will get worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say then that since you've had trust in both, you should give both a shot and start out with alternative and see how you do, since that was the
Okay. Yeah.
one you
Well,
got the greatest peace in.
it's kind of like I have to make a decision immediately about something regarding it.
Well, if
Um,
I don't want to give you medical advice, of course, but if I look at will traditional medicine help your situation? And uh, I know that you felt peace, and I feel peace with what did I just say? Traditional or alternative?
she said traditional.
Yeah. Okay. Traditional, I get. Um, they don't know how to talk your lingo. They can't seem
Mm.
to they can't seem to communicate with you in a way that feels vibrationally better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't get you.
Yeah.
They have an
Yeah.
attitude, and it's kind of like you're fearful that all they really want is your money.
Well, it's
And
not money. It's covered by. Oh, sorry.
okay, and it says that well, I'm sure that if you have insurance or something, that would be covered. But it
Yeah.
shows that the main thing is we attract to us what we want, right?
Mhm.
So if you feel doubt in getting traditional medicine, then the chances are you won't give it the same healing shot that alternative would. So if I look at alternative and I look at that right now, and for alternative I get the same reading. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest with you on this. I think either would work. The main thing
Okay.
I
Because I.
see about the main thing I see about alternative is that it makes you feel secure. And it,
Yeah. They.
and
They.
mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yep,
They basically. It's like I have a short. I'm supposed to go on a very, very, very strong antibiotic, but I'm already like very small. I'm like 90 pounds, so I've been worried about it getting worse. So I.
right. Well, I would not give you any advice on what medicine to take. I can't do that,
Mm.
but I can legally tell you that from what I'm understanding about you is that with traditional, you fear it, but you
Mm.
trust it. With
Yeah,
alternative,
that's true.
you had peace. So,
Yeah.
how do you define the fear?
Um, it's interesting. It's a good question. There's part of me that's excited that maybe it's like a quick solution. I can actually get better, and there's a part of me that's like, what if it never stops? What if I never stop going on medication?
If I look at why do you feel fear, and I'm just gonna and I would say that's totally it. I agree. It says one of the things that you absolutely would hate is if they put you on long time drugs. And it would
Yeah.
just make you feel as if you have nothing that you can do on your own. Um, I think alternative medicine is going to be less money. It's going to be
Mhm.
more affordable. Perhaps you should start on the traditional and the powerful drugs and make sure that you don't go on it for a long time and check out and see how it is. If you should decide that you want give it up, then you can always go to the less expensive, which you might be able to afford yourself. But maybe if you're truly excited about getting better fast with fast results, alternative is always going to be a longer journey.
Well, it's true, and what I really could do, which I'm kind of coming back to, like the drugs that they were going to put me on are very, very strong. It's only for 2 weeks, very strong. But after the 2 weeks, I would just have to, put all my energy towards rehealing my gut, basically. Probably for the following year, I would just really have to put everything on healing my gut and just staying positive about it.
So it sounds to me like your choice is to go with traditional medicine and really knock it hard for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I might do that. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's a good choice. As long as you're not on the powerful, powerful drugs for a long time, you can always go to the less expensive alternative healing and energy workers and, Reiki and whatever else. I always say combine the two. If your insurance will pay for one, then go for a good energy Reiki treatment and things like that on the side. That's the way medicine should be, with both at the same time. One boosts the other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That was a great read.
You're welcome. And remember, your angel reading says that it's a good year for you. So just walk your talk and make sure that whatever you're putting in that gut is something that you truly feel that you are knowing is healthy, right?
I will. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Debbie, how are you today?
Well, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good, girl. What's going on?
Just a quick question. I get the feeling that my sister kind of does vindictive stuff to me. Like I'm not going to say she doesn't like me or she envies me. So, but my parents did the same for me as they did for her. So I don't understand why she has this feeling about me.
Well, why don't you let me see how your sister feels about you?
Okay.
What's her first name?
Sandy.
Okay. So if I look at how does Sandy perceive you as her sister, and looking at that, your reading says, Deb, that your sister kind of thinks that at this point you've been, and I don't know what this means, but it says as if she's waiting for you to make the first move on something, whether it has to do with something between both of you that she wants you to make the first move, or whether she feels that it's important that you start walking your talk. I say that because that may also be kind of what it's about. I don't know until I look on this, but it says she feels like you're one of the most patient people she knows, but she also feels that you are totally fed up with family. And she also feels that in the past, for whatever reason, you're so strong and you're so intense that at times she became intimidated. And it shows that when that happens, she thinks it's like she feels like she tries to prove herself by doing something that she knows can't be predictable by you. So ultimately, it says that when she treats you with an attitude, it's more about trying to erase this sense of feeling that you're intimidating her, because she does compare herself a lot with you. So I think she loves you, but she also feels that you're fed up with family and you're fed up with and she just feels that you must be, I don't know, maybe your power or your intensity makes her think that you want to be the head of the household, or that maybe mom listens to you more, or I don't know what it is, but she definitely has some internal dialogue that's very inferior feeling here, and that's what I see.
But why does she try to? I mean, I don't say anything to her. My father left everything in my power, and I try to make sure my mother's okay. And I'm to the point where I'm just ready to say, here, you can have it if you want to take over. But I know she's, in my heart, I feel like she's not going to do it for my mother like I will. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe.
So what's the question again? What question am I asking?
Maybe, because I'm ready to just give up because I'm tired of everybody thinking I got $1 million and I don't, but I just make sure my mother's okay. So I'm at the point where I'm just ready to say, here, you can have it, you take over.
So the question, should you allow her to take over?
Right.
I would say that she can handle it. I feel that she would be able to do a good job, Debbie. But my feeling is that most of all, it might take away that feeling that you have to do it all, and it would make her stop feeling that you're so intimidating. So for whatever reason, she feels that you're sick and tired of family, and maybe you just need to shock everybody and prove to them that no, you're not sick of family, and yes, you want to be able to share the responsibility.
Yes.
Give it a try.
Yes, thank you so much.
Welcome, Debbie. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
So we're going to go over into InQuick a little bit, and looking at, we have Patrick, and Patrick is from Tennessee, and he wants a general reading. And so we're going to look at Patrick. And Patrick, this is what your reading says about you today. Patrick, your reading says that you've been spending a lot of time dreaming, having plans, making new decisions about what you want to do with your life. But your reading also says that you have to remember that you have a huge amount of creative potential. You can do just about anything you want to. And there's a lot of things, I think, in your journey ahead that are waiting for you to take action, to accomplish some things. One of the things your reading also says is that lately you've been feeling like a lot of responsibility is on you. And that's a good thing. I think that you're somebody that has a creative soul. I think you're somebody that has a loving heart. And your reading says that in the past, there was the return of someone or something that kept coming and going in your life. Maybe it was also a mood swing that kept coming and going in your life. Maybe it was that dreaming. Maybe it's about you spending more time thinking about what you want to do, and that it takes you longer to get your butt in gear and take action. Your reading says that in the future, I see more money for you, and I see more responsibility for you. Your reading says that ultimately you will choose to commit or sacrifice to a higher priority to yourself. It seems that you've been making this plan or dreaming about this, about what you want to do. And the number on this is 5, which indicates that within 5 months, which would make it about June, July, August, about October, that I see that you are finally taking action on a plan that you know that the universe is calling you to. The one thing you hate, though, is when it says you sabotage your own dreams by procrastinating or analyzing things to death. That would be called self-sabotage. So whatever you do, Patrick, don't start living in that dream world and think that for whatever reason, all that dreaming energy is action and that you've already done it. Invest in a plan and do it. And then understand that just about the time that you do it, This is right side up, and it stands for family or career, but it's upside down, which says that about the time that you decide that you want to move on from something that is no longer making you happy, you may not make some people in your job or in your family completely happy, but I do want you to know that it's time you took a new direction in your life. It's time you felt young again and felt happy again. My sense is an opportunity is waiting for you, Patrick, so get off your butt, quit dreaming, and start doing, because no one's going to do it. And if you self-sabotage yourself by spending more time dreaming about taking action instead of doing it, well, honey, you've got nobody to blame but yourself, and that's the truth. So, well, that's our reading for Patrick. We have a caller. We have Anita. Hello, Anita. How are you today?
Hi, Anne Marie. I'm same old, same old.
How's the Anita world?
Oh, boy, I feel like Patrick and I kind of just, I don't know if that was kind of part for me, too. But I'm dreaming, and not taking action as much. I just feel that what I feel, Anne Marie, is that I'm in Arizona. Part of me is in Michigan and thinking of all the things that I want to pull together what I might have missed to see my options that I could have, to see rather where exactly I need to be balanced and to go forward and make that decision of exactly where I'm going to be and stay in one place until I have it all done, which would either be Arizona or Michigan. And I feel that I'm putting myself out to some doctors still searching for my primary, because I don't feel I've got the right primary yet and the right team of doctors here in Arizona.
But you've been feeling that way for 2 years, Anita.
Right. Well, yeah.
And the problem is, I think that you're analyzing things so intensely that I remember when you were in one state, you were thinking it was in Arizona, and now you're in Arizona and you're thinking maybe it should be in Michigan. And I'm not, and maybe what I think is that you need to, are you going to some primary caregivers there now?
I lost mine. It was from, I feel, misunderstandings of communication. So I'm seeing someone now, a naturopathic doctor, who's kind of getting things together, putting CDs together, and I'm letting it happen because I'm thinking that even if I switch to go somewhere else, at least they have it all. They can transfer it to whoever I see next. But this girl is actually taking time, which I've been wanting for a long time.
I see.
And so I'm like, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction, but and some of the things why in Michigan I wanted to get a couple of things done, and I didn't realize I'd get re-injured with my foot and my ankle, and then they found out about the hip, and then so basically a lot of it has to do with my heartstrings connected to my parents and my family in Michigan, and another part of it says that they either that might have something newness might have switched within them to actually want to help me more so than they were before, or do I just take the responsibility and, even though it's as hard as it feels to me, continue to do it here in Arizona and start anew?
So the question is, should you stay in Arizona?
Right.
And if I look at, should you stay in Arizona, and please know that I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I see. So if I look at, should you stay in Arizona, I'm showing that you will not stay in Arizona. Your reading says you're getting impatient. Your reading says more each day you want to leave. Your reading says that you've been finding yourself in an old feeling of the victim again. And your reading says that in order for you to feel balanced, most likely you are not going to stay in Arizona. If I look at Michigan, and if I look at, will you decide to go to Michigan and be with your folks and stay there and get your work done on your body and stuff? And your reading says, you know, Anita, my feeling is that you're open to that idea, but it's all based on whether you get along with your parents, right?
Right.
It's not.
Yeah, there's. It's the household itself. There's. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. Right. I don't know what to expect.
Can you actually be your own best friend enough to say that regardless of where I go, there are good doctors? And that whether my parents are on board with me or not, it's time that I make my own security and I decide that I'm going to take care of my body one thing at a time instead of overwhelming myself with all the things that I need to fix at one time, and just do one thing at a time. So while you're in Arizona, fix one thing in your body. It sounds like you have multiple things you want to do. Right now it's your foot and your ankle you want to do. Am I right?
Well, it's actually more so. It's right, but that's been okay. Actually, it's my brain and my hip. I don't know what's going on with my brain because it hurt my top of my head where I was injured. It hurts every day, and I'm taking medications to calm that down. But my hip, it's also taking the pain away from my hip. If I wasn't on the medications, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. So I've already got the doctor set in Michigan, but they have better state-of-the-art equipment here. It's just whether to switch my license. My license is here, and my insurance is in Michigan, and I feel that there might be a conflict there. I've been asking for years what to do, and people say that's the least of your problems, and I feel like it's going to come back at me in a legal way.
What is it that people tell you is the least of your problems?
When I went back to Michigan, I was going to switch my license to Michigan, and they said it doesn't matter. You can still have your license in Arizona and have your insurance all coming from Michigan, in your residence. You don't have to switch your license. And I'm like, I think that all has to. I don't want anything that'll come. That puts a lot of fear on me. That things aren't put in exact order. And then when I was going to go do all that and handle those things, I had that accident with my foot and my ankle, and I couldn't walk. I mean, it was more painful. I couldn't drive. I couldn't hardly walk. I couldn't move. So and the next thing you know, they found about the hip, and then I was rerouted to Arizona. So I still have that fear now that I'm here that I might get in trouble because my insurance is in Michigan, even because I have a residence there, but my license is here. So I'm feeling that it's going to come back at me if I try to get back on workman's comp.
Your reading says most likely that you're going to go back to Michigan. And so my feeling is that if you, it sounds like one of the things that's haunting you as well is all these drugs, and that the drugs are causing you to be less careful with your hip because you can't feel the pain because it's dulling the skull or whatever. I don't think brains feel pain, but skulls do, right?
Right.
So you feel that there may be a crack in your skull or something like that.
They found brain injury. I haven't had anything done 3.5 years, but in 2009, my accident was in 2008. In 2009, they found some things in the MRI, and they kept on getting worse and worse. But I didn't know if my doctor said the neurosurgeon either for the brain or the hip, and that's in 2011. They took me back to Michigan. So in between that time, I was reluctant at sometimes of getting help because an attorney said you need to be in Arizona to get this taken care of, because it sounds like it's something permanent, to get back onto workman's comp. And that legal stuff scares me. So I have to change my attitude somehow and get the strength to continue on, no matter where I'm at.
Take care. Yes, no matter where you are. Take care of one thing at a time. Stop overwhelming yourself with all these different things. You know, if you're house cleaning, and you're skipping from dishes to the bed to the basement, you get a lot of crap with nothing done, right?
Right.
So stop overwhelming yourself. Take care of one thing at a time. While you're in Arizona, go and do what you were sent to do. Go back home and take care of the rest. But right now it sounds like you need to get your get your brain or whatever you went there done. You need to do that. You went there for that. You left Michigan for that. At least get another test or whatever. But I feel eventually you're going to end up in Minnesota, and that's all I can say about that, Anita. Be strong, be confident, and stop thinking of your parents as having anything to do with any of this. That's a wonderful thing if they're on your side, but if they're not, you're not a little girl anymore. You're a woman, and you need to make up your mind on your own, not with their permission. Okay?
Right. Thank you.
All right. One thing at a time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. We have Tanya. And Tanya is our last reading for the day. And she says, Tanya's from Pennsylvania, and she says, I referred to my fiance to my boss for a position. Can you see what the cards say about this? And his name is Sam, and the company name is Med. So if we look at, will Sam get the job at Med? And looking at that, and what comes through says, I show that there's a small delay of either 4 weeks to maybe longer. But I believe that he will eventually get the job. I think they see him as a strong candidate. They like him, but there seems to be a sense that I don't know if he's been without work for a while. They seem a little concerned about something about Sam, something that he wasn't able to take action on, whether he was unemployed for a little too long. But it shows that they like him enough to give him the job, but maybe not right away, but they will definitely give it to him, I believe. So again, I want to go back to telepathic love, and just remember, if you have somebody that you are carrying in your head rent free, and maybe this person is somebody that's been a lover of a long time ago, or maybe this is somebody that you truly cared about, that you just broke up with, or maybe it's just somebody you cannot forget about. Maybe it's just somebody that you never had anything with, but the connection was so strong, and you can see them and you can smell them and you can almost hear them whispering to you, and you dream about them all the time. Remember, the way to get rid of a telepathic lover, because if they won't take action and it's just all about being in your head rent free, honey, this is not a soulmate. This is somebody that's latching on to your energy, and you're letting them. And it's time to take the rock star poster off the wall. It's time to remember that if somebody is worth your time and effort, they will be in your life without you putting your life on hold for them. Let the universe bring to you what is meant for you without having to put your life in stagnation. Put your door lock in at nighttime before you dream, and go to bed imagining yourself putting that key under your pillow, and then go to sleep and say to your angels, keep that person out of my mind, keep them out of my heart. Let the angels decide who is to be in your life, but never put your life on hold for anyone. All right? You come back again next week, next Wednesday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific. And we'll come back and have some more readings and have a new fun topic. All right. I wish you blessings. I wish you love and a wonderful week. Bye-bye.
Psychic radio, holistic radio, spiritual radio. This is